Sprinter Deluxe, Taj Griffin. That'll bring up a second and long. The ball at the 40. 11-14 in the opening quarter in game 2 of the Big Chicken here in Powder Springs. And the give turning the corner and looking for a touchdown. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, skirts his way inside the 5, down to about the 4. And that is number 7 for the Indians and Taj Griffin. Take a look at the replay, Trey.
Ty Clemens has to hustle to get the ball into the belly of Taj Griffin, and we see why the coach is so enamored with him. He just turns on the afterburner, and if it's not for a shoelace tackle by the junior DJ Smith. The good thing here for Walton, Gill, is your whole playbook is open to you, specifically the ones that have number 1 sketched in, because it's 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 at the 37. McLeod. See the man in motion. And the give is to Jones. He goes on the right side, over the 40, 45, close to midfield in the McEachern territory. And brought down at about the McEachern 47-yard line.
Gill, it's a Walton first down and a heck of a run by Tyren Jones. Kudos to his offensive line. We threw a lot of bouquets at them last week as well because they just did such a great job. He gets so many yards before contact, but the good news there for Coach Hockman is he really wants his defense to gang tackle and swarm to the ball, and although it was downfield, his team did a good job of doing so on that play.
That's Jones again. He gets over the 45, down close to about the 43.
And Gil, a guy that we love, senior Brandon Cublano, is 15 yards down the...
These two teams met back in 03, 21-7, Walton victorious in that game. And currently trailing right now 7-0, first and a long 20 after the hold at their own 33. You see the man in motion, and the give is to Jones turning the corner. He has open space. He's on the 40, 45, in the midfield, still moving. He may go. He's at the 35, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Walton, 67 yards. Tyren Jones.
Speechless, Gil. We saw this so much last week, and McEachern has had a chance to watch that game and study the tendencies and study the film. We see the replay here by Technical College System of Georgia. Again, we just caught in awe of this young man. Mike Sherman, the outside linebacker, comes up and does his job, Gil. Right. He sets the corner so that his other linebacking counterparts can come up and make the tackle. The problem is they're not there. They're not home. And he gets downfield, he puts a move on somebody, and that's all she wrote.
One more look at the touchdown, and it was a beautiful one. It was a beautiful one. Jones on the night, 4 carries, 81 yards of rush. We're tied at 7 here at Powder Springs. We'll be right back. Football
they're doing here, and they're doing what they intended to do coming into the game, and they're sustaining a drive.
Griffin behind Clemens, and that's the give to Griffin, turning the corner, 20. Pushed ahead again, still on his feet, slips, evades a tackling, touchdown! He dives in! Great run by Griffin! Touchdown McEachern! And a flag at the end on the celebration.
And Gil, we saw that same celebration in the previous game, and it got flagged as well. It should. Not a big fan of that, but what a remarkable run by Taj Griffin. And believe it or not, Coach Hockman says that this guy hasn't even come into his own as a football player yet. He's just going on pure athleticism. Well, he has that and some to spare. Watch this right here. Just breaking ankles out there on the defense. Could have done without the flip, but what a great run.
The flip got him a penalty, too. The flag was thrown after the play. And Dominguez.
Public enemy.
Yeah. Taking football at his own 5 is that Taj Griffin. He has that world-class speed, and he's going to get outside and he could go. He's an AAU sprinter. We're going to see why. He can take it to the house. Griffin, touchdown! No flags, 95 yards. Trey McDaniel.
What can you say about this guy? Every single time he touches the ball, he is a threat to go all the way. He is only a sophomore, Again, he's not even coming to his own as a football player. He's putting on a helmet and shoulder pads and just showcasing his speed. He caught that ball at the 1 yard line and just outran everybody to the corner. You want to talk about answering back with less than 2 minutes to go in the half? That's answering back.
That's a track guy, huh? Trey McDaniel.
Man, between him and Tyron Jones,
Yes.
two of the most dynamic players I've seen in a while. They get 2 more years of this kid.
The extra point is good. Technical college system, the touchdown replay. Take a look at this. 99 yards. Kevin Barnes corrects us. Not 95, 99. We'll tack on 4 more. And number 7 is into the night. That's a look from up top. This is from your living room. Nice wedge. Secures it. And then the speed to the outside, and forget about it.
And you can't see him in the shot, but 2 guys had perfect angles on him, and he just turned 40-yard line. Now you need 15 yards to get into field goal range.
First and 15 at the 40. 10 ticks to go until the half. McLeod under pressure, loads up and has Jones, and he gets stuck. And there is a penalty on the play. Penalty flags. That's Parham again on the stick of Jones, and he staggers coming up, and the ball was loose.
Wow.
And the play has been blown dead, and we still have more flags, but that was a stick.
This place here at Cantrell Stadium is turning upside down. Right now, the clock says 000. That pass looked like it was caught by Tyron Jones at the 15-yard line, and he was separated from the ball by Kel Parham. We know that the last time Kel Parham laid a hit on Green, it was legitimate penalty. I want to see if this was a legitimate penalty. Yes. They threw the flag. Yes. That is a legitimate penalty. Once again, although he had his elbow and his forearm up, he did stick the crown of his helmet in there. That is a legitimate penalty.
Another look. Take a look at it again, Trey, and call it.
It looked like it could have been a touchdown, but you can't leave your head and go in to the receiver like a missile. They'll call that every time. Had he pivoted.
Walton has had this football, folks, the whole third quarter. This is a big drive. Almost a fumble snap, but number 1 is in. Tyron Jones, touchdown, Walton. Pending the extra point, we will be tied here in Powder Springs.
Tyron Jones' second touchdown of the night. The first one, the long variety. The second one, the short variety. And this should knock the game up. Remember, McEachern missed
on Labor Day weekend. Now Saturday morning, McLeod. The delayed handoff, that's number 1, Jones. He's moving and shaking and grooving and getting close to around the 15, and yet another first down. Moving in chains, and that arm continues to go front.
Is a sense of urgency from the Walton offense. They want to take as much clock off as possible. They run a draw here. First time tonight with the draw because they've been a little bit more successful going to the air. So they show pass, and they give it to number 1. No surprise there.
First and 10 at the 16. The Indians fake blitz and back out. That's Jones turning. He looks like he has eyes for the end zone. And he does. Touchdown! Touchdown, Walton! 15 yards!
Number 3 on the night for Tyron Jones. Approaching the kind of numbers that he had last week. 16 carries, 236 yards, 1, 2, 3 touchdowns. Look at this young man go. Henry Rowling setting the edge, and the rest of it is done by number 1, breaking tackle after tackle. Your heart has to go out to the McEachern defense. They have been on the field almost the entire second half thus far. The center, Griffin Wilkinson, sophomore Eric Smith, and of course Kentucky-bound Jake Boynton. They've done a phenomenal job tonight.
I think Boynton has been the difference because they got him back. They didn't have him last week. 38 carries and 248 yards for that man, and he still adds on to that total to 35 down to about to 33. And I see another drive in the life of one Walton Raider football team.
Bill, watch Tyron Jones here. He moves so subtly against the defense. He chops his feet, and he's only moving laterally a couple of inches, but it's just enough to get the defense off kilter.
Right.
He's able to make so many little subtle moves. He's so shifty. And what did we talk about last week? The thing that separates him from the pack is his wonderful vision, and he's shown it off again tonight.
In addition to having another gear, that's number one again. Seeing that vision, as Trey just talked about, seeing his way through. And on the stop for the Indians, number 53, Christian Wade. But that earlier trip, it took Glenn Frazier went along for the ride, and then Christian Ford was able to finish him off. You see these numbers, and here's approaching what he had last week. 40 carries. This is unbelievable, folks. 263 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And that's 70 carries so far, and we haven't quite played 2 games. I think Hidalgo got a little criticism from some outside forces last week about how often he used Tyren Jones. Well, he tells you exactly how he feels about that criticism this week. He just keeps on giving it to him. This is the 41st carry.
And he's gone. He has gone to the touchdown end zone, folks, and he's in. My goodness. And there are no flags. I mean, we're watching history. We're watching just an incredible talent. 33 yards, the touchdown for Tyren Jones. That's number 4. He had 5 last week, folks. Take a look at this again. We're going to the extra point, but after the extra point by Price, we're going to show you that incredible run. 41 carries right now, 296 yards. Another 300-yard night in the making. The extra point by Price is up. It looks good, and it is good. 34-27. Trey McDaniel, take us through history here tonight.
Gil, here's your replay. Technical College of Georgia brings it to us. And watch Tyren Jones. Once he gets out in open space, you can wave goodbye to that young man. His 4th touchdown of the night, 9th of the season. And Gil, I know passing is taking over all leagues at all levels, but running the football is still the way to win football games in the 4th quarter. Yeoman's work by the defense for McEachern in the 1st quarter, the 2nd quarter, and the 3rd quarter, but you just can't ask them to be on the field for almost 40 minutes in the 2nd half and contain a player of that caliber. You just can't do it, and with that offensive line, the perfect storm combined with that running back, you just don't have an answer.
The scoring drive courtesy of Technical College. And extra this rank in history, you are the man, you are the professor. You are the man who knows it all.
I know some things, Gil. Right now with 296s, if that's the number that we're going with, Michael Boydston has the school record at 329. 4 times Walton runners have gone over 300 yards. Tyren Jones last week, Justin Forte twice, and then Boydston against Alpharetta with 329. So he's only 33 away from the school record.
Mercy me.
McEachern averaging 279 pounds.
Straight ahead. That's Griffin. Over the 25, inside the 25, down to about the 23, and running downhill, 250 and counting. That's how much time we have left in this football game in regulation times, folks. 34-27. And what has been a late night, early morning for us here in Powder Springs at Cantrell Stadium. Gil Tyree, Trey McDaniel. Trey.
Now, remember, because of the missed point after early in this football game, a touchdown here would have put them up, and the extra point put them up by a point. Now they'll have to kick an extra point to tie it, and if they want to win it, it'd be a 2-pointer.
Right, straight ahead, and that is Griffin. He shakes a tackler. He may get in, and he does get in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Indians. From 23 yards out by Taj Griffin.
That's Taj Griffin's 3rd touchdown of the night. 2nd on the ground, and remember the long 99-yard kickoff return.
You know, we talk about Jones, but Griffin has had an outstanding night too, Trey McDaniel. So pending the extra point, we're going to go again into a tie.
Well, do they go for 2 here and go for the win? So far, it looks like their offensive units on the field.
They're going to go. It looks like they're going to go
all or nothing.
They're going to go for 2.
Remember, they missed a PAT earlier after Taj Griffin committed an infraction, and they missed the long PAT.
Rahming in motion. That's Clemens. He tries to get in, jukes a tackler, and does he get in for the 2-point conversion? He does! He does! Clemens with the extra effort. See Taj Griffin, the sprinter. AAU sprint. He's had a 99-yard kickoff return. In addition to that, 2 touchdowns, so he has 3 on the night. Football. High school football in the great state of Georgia. McLeod, the gear to number 1. And he's working. And he's getting close to midfield. And Jones is brought down over there. And Sherman was among those bringing him down. But he got a first down and keeps the chains moving. And everything, the momentum still in the hands of that gentleman.
In the big helmet-to-helmet contact by Kel Parham, which resulted in his ejection. Let's see if they try to do that again.
3rd and 5. That's Jones on the open field, and he's moving, still moving. And moving the chains, and another first down. And folks, I'm going to tell you something. This kid is the real deal.
He might have 50 carries before it's all said and done tonight, Gil. Christian Ford just saved a touchdown.
And that's a first down. And he continues to move those chains and chew up real estate. 1st and 10 at the Indian 33. The Walton Raiders. That's number 1 again, outside, turning and pushing his way close to the first down yardage. That'll get him down to about the 25. Tyren Jones just set a new Walton record, rushing record. 46 carries, 332 yards, and 4 touchdowns in a single game.
Somewhere Michael Boydston is shaking his head. I'm sure he thought that was a record that would never be broken when he set it against Alpharetta a few years ago, but Tyren Jones is just otherworldly. And keep in mind, this may be the fastest defense that they will play all year. And we're not calling Region 5 weak, but their stiffest competition, as we mentioned, comes a little bit later in the season. This guy, if healthy, could open up eyes of everyone in the country if they're not already open. Right now, Nick Saban's licking his chops.
I got a feeling that not only Nick Saban, but Eli Gold and Chris Stewart and all those guys over in Tuscaloosa, but they're down now. And Dallas getting ready to take on the Michigan Wolverines tomorrow night, but I'm sure they're watching on gpp.org. They're committed. And you move the football to the center of field and line it up and get ready for Price for an opportunity. Trey McDaniel, what do you do?
I got a timeout in number 1 in the backfield. I give it to him and see he can do whatever he can to score.
And that's who they do.
And they keyed on
That's what they keyed on him. And of one Anthony Price. Blake Montz, the hold. The kick is up. It is good. 43 yards. 37-35, 25 seconds to go. Wow.